Hello everyone, I'm here with our CEO, Mirza Asrar Baig. We're here to talk about a few different topics on cybersecurity. Hope you enjoy. Okay. So, in your previous talks, presentations, and many seminars you've done, you've mentioned a flaw in the industry.
Yeah.
What is that? Can you repeat that for everyone just so we can clarify?
Okay. The way I see it is that cybersecurity industry over the time is growing very fast, but the problem we are trying to solve is growing much faster than that. So I look at it like this, that if cyber losses are growing exponentially, then there must be something we need to do different. But it seems we are trying to do the same thing again and again. It's not really solving the problem. So that is my sort of challenge, you can say, or that's what I try to point out in my talks, that there has to be something different. And it's not only that it should be different from the perspective of technology, it should be also from the perspective of the whole strategy and organization.
Okay, so you always say that there's this big problem in the industry, which is that the losses are increasing and we continue spending more, so it's kind of like a sinking ship.
Yes, it's a sinking ship.
So how do you propose that we solve this solution? What is the best
Technically
strategically?
Or strategically?
Yeah.
Okay. When you look at it strategically, I want to start with saying, let's look at it from the top. What is cybersecurity? How do you define? Because the way you define is how you will organize cybersecurity. Currently, if you ask in the industry what is cybersecurity, a huge confusion. Everybody will come up with their own definition of cybersecurity. All vendors tend to fit it on what they are doing. And it's why I say what is the definition is because a long time back, when I actually entered security on the digital side, it used to be called IT security more than 20 years back, 25 years back. And then very soon it became information security. And nowadays everybody calls cybersecurity. So not only we need to define cybersecurity, we also need to distinguish between the three.
Okay, how would you distinguish between the three?
I have my own definition, which is very straightforward. I look at the physical world and say, whatever we do in the physical world, we should apply in the logical world. What I mean by that is exactly like when you have IT security, we should say the mission of IT security is users. It has to enable users to do more, but in a secure manner. So they're focused on enabling more work, more user experience for the end user.
Yeah.
And that is more like the police.
Yeah.
In the physical world, we have the police. And the task of the police is that the citizens should go around in a very secure manner and they need to enable more to do. Whereas when you come to the next one, which is information security, it's not about people, it's about assets. To secure the assets, to ensure that the assets should not be breached, the data should not be breached. And that's very similar to the military. For the military, the mission is critical assets, critical infrastructure of the country. People may die, but they need to secure that. So these are two different missions, but they need to work together.
Okay.
And then comes cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is not about people, it's not about assets, it's about the attacks and the attacker. Just similar to in the physical world, like intelligence agency. Their task is that they need to identify the attack attributes before they even get onto the country. And they need to neutralize it as much possible in an early stage. So that's what cybersecurity should be. And all of these three functions should be defined and given to three different teams. Because when you give this three missions to the same team, it's a big confusion.
Yeah.
And this is one of the major reasons I think that the current way we are doing cybersecurity is not delivering the results which we are desiring.
So if it's so simple, the solution is so simple, how come no one has gotten on board with the idea yet?
Okay. That's a difficult, there was a time when I was doing a conference, I think it was in Thailand, in Bangkok, a security conference and there were a lot of other technology companies also there, and there was somebody from McAfee.
Yeah.
I did my talk and I gave my definition like that, and I especially focused on that technology vendors, when we come to cybersecurity, should not do fear mongering. Because the way currently it works is we do a lot of fear mongering and sell more technology.
I mean, when you think of security, you do think, okay, I need to secure myself from something scary.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the more logical way to sell something.
But that's how we complicate things. So he walked up to me and he said, Mirza, I loved your talk. We are actually doing this fear mongering, and we don't care if the problem is solved or not. We just want to sell more. So maybe that's the answer.
Okay.
What I mean is maybe that the industry is trying to just sell more.
Okay, so the industry is more focused on profit than value.
Yes, I'm from that industry. I know people will not like me saying it, but this is what I say.
Okay, all right. So you said that cybersecurity is more outside in the attacker's space. And I've noticed that one of your products is also called Cyber Blind Spot. Can you elaborate on that?
This is why we named it even Cyber Blind Spot. The whole purpose of Cyber Blind Spot is that you have your digital presence in so many ways across the internet. Mm-hmm. It's not only your network which you are managing inside.
Yeah.
So you have your digital assets across the internet, which is also the playground of the attacker, the hacker. Mm-hmm. So you need to be, first of all, knowing what is yours which is out there, and then knowing all the attack attributes of the attacker. So Cyber Blind Spot is really all about identifying yourself and the attacker out on the internet space, which most of the time is not visible to you. So that's the blind spot right now.
Right under your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have things that are on the internet I don't even know about. I remember
people don't know their profiles.
I had my address online for a long time and I didn't know until one of our
somebody will index you, somebody will index so much about you, and sometimes you put it out there and you don't even remember that what you have put out there could be used in which manner.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah. So do you have a message you'd like to deliver to any organizations that have not yet implemented an adequate digital risk protection strategy?
Yeah, implement a digital risk protection strategy.
The best way to move forward, in good case, even if they do not have a security vendor, how can they manage their risks adequately?
Even if it is a smaller organization, people have to start thinking that there are these three aspects and appreciate all the three aspects of the end user, the assets, and the attacks. And when you give this, even in a smaller organization, when you give this mission, sometimes you'll have to the same person, but then remember that he's wearing three hats when he talks, and let him come with those three hats separately. That would resolve a lot of friction in the organization to do cybersecurity, information security, and IT security. Always put it in that frame.
Okay. And we should always have IT involved.
Oh yeah, IT, business, marketing, everybody has to be on board. Normally organizations have a security committee. The ones who don't have it should make a security committee. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you
so much. And we'll see you guys next week.